in this, I think that was David Halperin that you got
Yes.
into it with, wasn't
I
it?
wrote a report.
I think, yeah, I think there was like 10 pages in here. Kind of let him have it for 10 pages worth, but yeah, it was a really ridiculous effort on his part. But you know, going back to the Greys and all this, and the Draconians and the Reptilians and whatnot. And Kathleen, you mentioned recently that you and Denise had an encounter with an experiencer who had a precancerous vaginal condition that was remedied by an extraterrestrial. He used some type of medical wanding device, inserted it in the vaginal canal, and cured this precancerous position. And you had told her to save a swab or something from that encounter. She did, and it comes out that it tested to be, for all practical purposes, what we would call a humanoid reptilian.
Yes,
that had done
the
this.
DNA.
Tell us a little bit about that, and then I'd like to comment on the backside if I could.
Okay. Well, this happened, I believe it was 8 years ago, quite a while ago. And there was an experiencer in Florida that Denise and I had both been working with. I had done, I believe, 3 hypnosis sessions with her. I wasn't really sure what to think, but then she called Denise. She was terribly upset one morning. She had woken up during the night. She saw a 4-foot-tall reptilian standing next to her bed, and he was holding some kind of an instrument, and he inserted it into her vaginal opening. She felt heat, a great deal of heat. She had been having a tremendous amount of pain. And after that procedure was completed, that pain was gone. She was healed. And so Denise said to her, take a swab and do a vaginal swab and store it in your freezer. And maybe someday MUFON will have a scientist who will be able to do an analysis on that swab. Well, it took all of those years to finally have a scientist. And it was a scientist who does work for the Mutual UFO Network who did the DNA analysis on that swab and also on the experiencer. And sure enough, it was the DNA of the tegu reptile lizard from South America that has a DNA makeup that is closer to our own than any other lizard. And so the scientist had to conclude that, you know, maybe this is evidence that there really are humanoid reptilians.
Mm-hmm.
That was for you, Nancy.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
That's one in Nancy's corner.